Coming up on the show this evening, the Soweto Country Club holds Golf Day event to encourage the community to take part in the sport. We look at innovative art through the use of metal to create modern art. And Dubai treats us to a desert safari experience. All this and more coming up on the show. On that very same note, a very good evening and welcome to this edition of Trendz Live, coming to you live from the SABC studios in Auckland Park. I'm Olisi Masango, and the countdown to the much-anticipated boxing match between hip-hop artist Casper Nyovest and actor-musician Nak Musik will take place today at 9. And we're asking you this evening, who will be the last man standing? Who is your winner? Send us your thoughts and views to our Twitter handle @Trendz on SABC. Now, the Soweto Country Club in Pimville, Soweto hosted a golf day this past week. The event, attended by golfers from in and around Joburg, was also a platform for small businesses to showcase their products on the day. Our producer, Kiadimile Moalusi, was at the event. Let's take a look. Apologies for that. We will be bringing you that in set a bit later on whilst our producers get onto it. Now, avant-garde art is one of the mediums that allows for creativity and subjective interpretation. So when we got an invitation to visit Nexus Sculpture Park to indulge in their latest exhibition, we applied our own interpretation of exquisite sculptures on display. Take a look.
Nairobi Sculpture Park west of Johannesburg is hosting its first art exhibition of the year, and headlining this year's showcase is Hedwig Berry. Berry is a South African artist with a main focus on drawing, painting and sculpture. Her latest body of work, titled Here Is Where We Met, is a combination of paintings and sculptures. After 5 months in the making, the collection is finally ready for the world to see.
This particular exhibition is a response to the environment of being in Nairobi. So Nairobi is a sculpture park, and I wanted to produce sculptures and really think about sculpture in terms of my own work, and also to see how my work would fit into this incredible space. And I don't really think of myself as a sculptor or a painter, but I make work that responds to the context I'm in. And so these works are three-dimensional works, and they're the continuation of a series I call the Crumple series. And those come about when I first crumpled some paper in my studio and then started working on these crumpled papers. And I then created crumples that could stand outside. So I had to think, what material can I use to work in that is going to be durable, that won't melt like paper would in the outside. And so I decided to work with car paint, which obviously cars are made to be outside. So that's how I chose my materials. And the metal I use for the crumples is aluminium. And because I take these sheets of metal to the scrapyard, and it gets crumpled by a orange peeler crusher, one of those big crushers that you see when cars are being scrapped.
Looking back at her previous work, Berry says she was inspired by her love for politics and desire to care for other people. In her current work, she drew inspiration from events that happened around her.
Well, I think everything around me, the lives we live, the things that we love, sometimes the things that we love and have lost. I think for us at the moment, this period of uncertainty is very important. So the period of not knowing what tomorrow may look like, or next month, that very long period now, which I think actually is very similar to the life of an artist, where we can't necessarily predict what's around the corner.
Barry gave us a tour of the exhibition and what can people expect to see when they come here.
This work is called the Angel of History. It's made out of aluminium and car paint, automotive paint, and then sealed with also a varnish. It took me about, I work on more than one work at a time. I work on maybe 10 or 15 works at a time, and then some rest for a long time and I finish up, or others, but there's always work in progress and work that is reaching its resolution or its completion. And this work, the Angel of History, is a single sheet of aluminium, and I just thought it was really beautiful in the way it was able to balance itself after being crumpled. This work is called Makuleke. It's about the Makuleke region in the northern parts of the Kruger National Park near Pafuri, and it evokes for me this time that I spent walking in the Makuleke area region. This work is called Marivale, and it's about a bird sanctuary in Nigel, just outside Nigel, and there are many water birds there, including the Goliath heron and many other herons, but also the black heron that does that kind of a move with its wings. This is Mother. I love where she's standing in this beautiful garden and surrounded by this intense greenery, and so the green holds all the different colors. And I made Mother in December and January. I painted her here at Nirox while I was in residency here. So I stayed here, I lived amongst these gardens, and the sculpture came together for me.
Great to see the art space finding innovative way to do more things. Now we take you back to the first story. The Soweto Country Club in Pimville, Soweto, hosted a golf day this past week. The event was attended by golfers in and around Johannesburg and was also a platform for small businesses to showcase their products on the day. Our producer, Kiadimilo Moalusi, was at the event. Let's take a look.
It was established back in 1974 and the golfers used to play on sandy greens. Who can believe this? And as you can see now, the country club developed over the years to be this scenic beauty.
We are at the Soweto Country Club in Pimville. Yes, it is the only 18-hole country club in a township. So I'm going to be chatting with some of the golfers and exhibitors who are here showcasing what they have.
When we started COVID-19, things were not going well for everyone. Then we started to look around at, okay, the sports that is one person plays is golf. Then we venture in golf. That is why I'm here today playing in this department.
Yeah, so then it's best.
It's actually my first time playing here, and I was actually very impressed because it's located right in the middle of Soweto, and I'd obviously want to see kids around here venturing into the sports. I mean, the most difficult thing about the sport is everything is expensive. So I'm hoping that having a golf club in Soweto can inspire young kids to play the game, because there's a lot of opportunities that are parts of golf. Even if you don't become a professional golfer, you can get scholarships, you can network with people. I mean, you can rub shoulders with people that you most probably never thought you'd actually encounter or speak to.
Madimeja, I see you're holding cards there. What is happening there? Please do explain everything, because I also see numbers. What is happening there?
Sure. So these are scorecards. This is what we use to score per hole. We have 18 sections and you get points based on holes. The way we've been playing today is that we took two of the best players' scores per hole. So what we have here is the leading scorecard, which is ours, shine to us. So what we have here is 72 shots. So ideally this course, you need to play 72 shots to be on par. So you get points that you are allocated based on how good you've played. And these are all the numbers for our team. The leading guys who got 88 points.
Mix that side.
So Soweto Country Club is a very soft and special place in my heart, and that's why I think, you know, this is just a great example of how you can actually support the township economy. And big up to Gauteng Tourism Authority for actually inviting us and inviting the right people, giving the vendors an opportunity to expose their businesses. This is what it's about.
And it was now time to see the exhibitions from the local entrepreneurs. They brought along their Kasi brands with real Kasi feel and flavor.
It is important for me to sell my brand because everyone is used to the original ginger beer. But however, we are trying to modernize the beer with our packaging, yes, and for our market as well.
So just to unwind after all the day's activities, a girl had to get a well-deserved neck massage.
Well, time now for a quick break. There's more to come when we come back, and everything lifestyle and entertainment right at the back of this. This is Trendz Live. Back, you're still with Trendz Live right here on the SABC News channel. Now it's time for us to take a look at trending news that made headlines this past week. Let's roll it.
We're just about to go off on a desert experience here in Dubai, and we're with our guide, Kevin, who is currently deflating his tires. Let's just ask him what's going on. Kevin, just tell us about the process. Why are you having to deflate the tires?
All right, so basically the whole process is by deflating the tires, it basically gives you more of a wider surface area, and it gives you more better traction when you drive through to the dunes. So as you saw when we were driving on the highway, we were driving at 35 PSI, so I have to reduce all that to almost about 18 to 17 because that's more comfortable depending on the texture of the sand out there. So the texture of the sand currently at this stage will be more comfortable for me driving at almost about 16 to 17 PSI out there. That's why I have to deflate eventually to have more comfortability even when I'm just driving through to the desert.
Great stuff. Thanks very much, Kevin, for that. So it's going to be a very interesting journey for the rest of the way as we head to the desert on deflated tires.
A desert excursion is a must when you visit Dubai. Uninterrupted views as you begin your journey into the heart of the desert. Here, you must make sure that you get your cameras ready to capture the experience. And then it's time to hop onto the biggest star of the experience, the camels. This on its own is a thrilling and fulfilling experience because, of course, there is no desert experience without a camel ride. On your way, you will be met by sand art as you head back to camp. And then it's time to get creative and adventurous with a henna tattoo. The day is followed by a sequin belly dancing show and hypnotic tenora performance, with dancers spinning in time to traditional Emirati music.
It is now time to wrap up your weekly entertainment news. The bets are off. This as the much anticipated boxing match between rapper Casper Nyovest and Nak Music takes place at the Sun City Super Bowl tonight. The event is part of the Celeb City, a 3-day entertainment takeover which started this past Friday. Who'll walk away with the title? Black Coffee is back in the country and set to just defense Monate with his first performance tomorrow after winning a Grammy Award for Best Dance Electronic Album for his Subconsciously album. A whole Grammy Award baton. Black Coffee is the first South African to be nominated and win this category. And lastly, Mobango celebrated 25 years on air. This first ever Chivenda television drama was broadcast for the first time on the 7th of April 1997. Quite a milestone. Here's to many more years. That's all the entertainment news you need to know for this week.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz Live. Now, time now for our live entertainment feature. It wasn't the year 2017 when Indlovukazi, her stage name, got a big break through her music career. Some of the international artists she has worked with include the late Don Laka, as well as Rebecca Malope, Big Naz, and the late Oliver Mtukudzi, just to name a few. Well, tonight she joins us in studio, and a very good evening and welcome to Trendz, Indlovukazi.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
I'm good.
So seeing that the state of disaster has now been removed, what have you been up to as an artist?
I've been making music. I'm just in studio lately, cooking music.
Yeah. Now, I know that you've worked with notable artists, including the likes of Robbie Malinga. Tell us about that experience for you as an artist. How has it helped in your artistic journey?
You know, it has helped a lot because in terms of confidence, I haven't really, you know, when I started doing music, I wasn't so confident. You know, when I met the legends, you know, they actually praising my work. So that gave me some confidence, you know. So it actually helped there. I became more confident in my work and my craft as an artist, yeah.
All right. Now, you also have songs as well as music that address some of the social ills that we see, such as xenophobia. I know there was a track that was titled My Africa, right? Talk to me about that.
The song My Africa, My World, I was invited in studio by Zwakembuli to be part of the artists. It was actually artists from all over Africa, and I was part of that song called My Africa, My World. It's actually to say to people, we are all Africans, we are all human. Can we treat each other better? You know, can we be good to each other? So it's basically that, and it's also taught me that, you know, xenophobia, it's actually bad. Yeah.
So now I'm keen to find out about your latest offering. Talk to me about that. What inspired it, and who did you work with on that one?
Okay, it's a song called Ngwalise, and Ngwalise, it means fill me up. It's a prayer. I think it's a song that it actually came in my mind, in my heart. 2021 was a rough year for me, you know, and I wrote the song Ngwalise to say, God, I am really losing so much energy. I am really drained. I want you to fill me up. But also it's because of people are killing themselves lately. There's so much, people are so depressed, and I thought, you know, people need to cry out to God. They just need to say, God, fill me up, Ngwalise.
All right, I think it's the one that you came for us today with, right?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. So I'm going to let you get down to it, and this is where we leave today's installment of Trendz this evening. Do join us again on the same time here on the SABC News Channel. I'm leaving you with the smooth sounds of Nompumelelo Nkuna, otherwise known as Indlovukazi in other circles, playing us out. Take it away. Have a spectacular evening going forward.
Bela tinvu pants, lembi aksiyo yami. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ngwalise, 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 Ngwalise. Umule wonke lamaketane Mfulelo mfalo nongizindako Umule wonke lamaketane Mfulelo mfalo nongizindako